The Rolling Stones just put out a new live album. I don't know where it came from. I wasn't expecting it. Heaven? Let's talk about it. The Rolling Stones. Ever heard of them? Ever named a restaurant after them that's been open for 20 years and then had to change its name? Well, I have. So that's why I feel like I need to talk to you about the new release of the Steel Wheels Tour Rolling Stones record that just came out last week. This is a document from the 89-90 tour, the Steel Wheels album they took out on the road. Yes, this is the last time Bill Wyman was in the band. This concert was recorded in December of 89, I'm guessing, in New Jersey. I saw this very tour in St. Louis at Busch Stadium. In my opinion, the only good thing to ever happen at Busch Stadium, because I'm a Cubs fan. The tour was amazing. The show was awesome. It was my first time to see the Stones. Living Colour opened up. The Cult of Personality. You remember Living Colour? Vernon Reid, Corey Glover. Corey Glover would then later go on to play my venue in Little Rock and do a great cover of Prince's The Cross from Sign of the Times. If you want to know more about Sign of the Times, click the tab. But here it is, 1989, this tour document. I guess it's never been released. I'm not familiar with this tour, anything live from this being out there. But at the same time, as I'm listening to it, as I'm paying attention, I'm thinking, there's no way they haven't broadcast this. Maybe this was broadcast on Westwood One in the holiday season, because this happened in December. So in the holiday season, maybe it was pushed out simulcast around the country. I don't think it was ever broadcast as a video. I could be wrong about that too. But this is definitely a big time event that they recorded to have a document for something like this. And I say that because the guest stars. You've got Axl Rose and Izzy Stradlin from GNR. You've got Eric Clapton there. John Lee Hooker is there. And all of that on top of the fact this was a stadium tour, and this particular show was recorded at the Convention Center Atlantic City that holds about 16,000 people. So clearly this was done with purpose. Now, let's talk about this set list, because it was a great set list. It wasn't necessarily all greatest hits. Again, the Stones, even at this age, and those guys had to have been 50 at this point, or like almost 50, right in that range. They didn't want to do a greatest hits tour. They packed it with a lot of songs off the Steel Wheels record, and they had some deep cuts. They had some stuff they'd never played live before, and then they had some covers, and it was a really great set list. Again, makes me think that this was kind of a one-off for this show. Wasn't necessarily the same set list that I saw when I caught them on the same tour, although I need to look that up. You know, when I saw them, I was 19 years old. I don't know. We were sitting on the very top row. I mean, the very, very top row. But we could walk around the stadium, hit different beer lines, watch the crowd, all of that. I know, it's a different story altogether. Plus, we almost got killed in a car wreck going there. So that's always in the back of my mind. But the set list starts with Start Me Up, right? Steel Wheels Tour starts with Start Me Up. Other songs they play off the Steel Wheels album. They play Sad, Sad, Sad. They play Mixed Emotions. They play A Rock and a Hard Place. They play Terrifying, which I think wasn't even a single off of that album, or maybe it was destined to be the fourth single, or it was the fourth single on a record that's like, yeah, you had three singles that did pretty well at rock radio. You're not going to have a fourth that we're going to play all the time. So 4 songs off of Steel Wheels. That's pretty big for the Stones that has a catalog where they could probably play like 3 or 4 nights and not skip any hits and just play hits. And that's how it goes. Everything on this set was so good. And there's like 25, 27 songs, something like that. And the curveballs are there. It was exciting to hear them say, we've got some special guests from Los Angeles. They came out here to the East Coast to get their tattoos worked on. Axl Rose and Izzy Stradlin. And they go into this track from Beggar's Banquet, Salt of the Earth. It's like the last track on the album, to the point where I was scratching my head. I was like, man, was this on Let It Bleed? Was this on, what was it on? Her Satanic Majesty's Request? Couldn't remember. Had to look it up. It was the last track on Beggar's Banquet. Excellent record. And so it was good to hear them do that song. They said they never played it live. I don't know. I haven't done the research. I'm going to take Mick at Mick's word. I'm going to let Mick be Mick. I'm going to take Mick at Mick's word. And I'm going to worry about Keith. Everything I heard in this live setting was so good. As far as lyrically goes, they stuck to the lyrics pretty good. They left the dirty lyric out of Start Me Up at the very first. And in It's Only Rock and Roll, he says, you think that you're the best piece of ass in town, but you ain't. So he threw that one in. Don't know who he was talking about, but somebody in Atlantic City area knows exactly who he's talking about. All in all, fantastic set, fantastic live album. I've listened to a lot of Stones live albums and bootlegs and live albums in general. That's why this is called Love Live Music. And I thought it was awesome. If you're a Stones fan, you got to listen to this and you'll enjoy it. So listen, if you like this video and you like talking about live music, hit me up. If you just want to hear me talk about live music, then click this other video that's coming on the screen right now. Thank you.